Hey, social friends, how are you? Tiff Marshall here, and I have a guest, Ace. Ace, say hey. I don't know what it is, but Ace knows when I'm like talking to people or when I'm about to talk to people, and he just like wants to become a baby. He can be by himself all day, walk around everywhere, but when I'm about to talk, he comes. So, um, you all know that I like to share my experiences with you when it comes to business and other things related to you. So when you come in, make sure you say hey too, so I can say hey back to you. I'm not sure how long Ace is going to stay with us, but we shall see. And say hello. Everybody on social media likes you, Ace. So say hello to everybody. Oh boy. See, Eric girl, he does it. He needs a whole job. He needs a whole job. I wish I could train him to do some of this. He needs a whole because Ace got pets some money. Okay, there you go, baby. Pets some money. People don't realize it. I wish he had a whole social security number. See, he's trying to get back up now. Ace, I wish pets had social security numbers. So, if you just came in, you missed Ace. But be sure to say hey to him so I can say hey back to you. Like I said, I like to share my experiences and things with you all and just day-to-day encounters, things that probably happened months ago or today. And it's one thing about money. So I said, I posted, if you follow me on Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. I am Tiff Marshall. But one thing I posted today, I said that being cheap, Ace, I said that being cheap is costly. Many times we, and I'm speaking specifically when it comes to like business, we encounter different people when we start a business. So for example, when you start your business, you're going to be looking for different things. You're going to be looking for a web designer. You're going to be looking for a graphic designer. Depending on what you're doing, you may be looking for a location. It is so important to like educate yourself in the process. Okay. Sorry, y'all. It's so important to educate yourself in the process because what will happen is if you start to go and to do certain things without doing your homework first, everything's going to become confusing. And one thing, hey, Miss Anjanette, hey, Nina, let me say congratulations to Nina because I don't know if I can say it yet, but Nina is like an amazing chef in Jacksonville and she's growing like crazy. And I'm so excited about her success and her leaps and bounds. But when it comes to business and nonprofit, as you're building, one thing I have noticed is it's important to have a budget because many times we start off with not doing our homework, and what happens is a lot of people go into things and then they are upset or they feel that they did not get professional treatment because that person was too expensive, right? So when I first started out, I just me being myself, I didn't know that logos could be expensive. I was one of those people looking for a cheap logo. But then I realized if I get a $25 logo, I'm going to encounter more problems down the line. And that's why I posted today on Instagram that being cheap is costly. Like we all have been there. I mean, there has been times where I didn't pay top dollar for a product. And then I sat down and like I realized that those jeans had dry rotted. Or I bought some shoes that were not well equipped. And when it rained, I felt the water in my shoe. Quality costs. So I think it's so important that in your organization, whether it be for profit or not for profit, that you understand that budgets are important and do your homework and shop around so that we're less offended. Because sometimes we don't know how much things cost. Logos can be very expensive. Flyers can be very expensive. I always tell people about 2 years ago, and I got some slack about it, but y'all know I didn't care. I said, I'm not going to pay to come to your event if you use Microsoft Word to create your flyer. You know, Microsoft Word Publisher, we did all that stuff years ago. Okay. So respect your event, respect your brand, respect your company enough to invest in it because looks matter. Come on, Ace. Looks matter. You know, quality matters. And so it's so important to set a budget and even save and pour money back into your company so that you can afford quality things. There are some reasons why, I don't know why I keep thinking about logos, but there are some reasons why I would not encourage anyone to go to Fiverr to get a logo made. Now, does everybody have a starting point? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. And there are just some things that you need to save up for so that you can buy quality of that one thing. My grandma used to always say that women should not buy cheap underclothes. She said, because your outer clothes, your outer garments only look as good as your undergarments. And so you know how old people just say stuff growing up and you don't even know what they're talking about. But it makes so much sense now. And the same thing relates to your company, whether it be again your nonprofit or your for-profit. If you want people to respect you, if you want people to come to your event, you want to invest in it yourself, invest in your knowledge, invest in your product, invest in your display. I saw a flyer to a retreat. Jessica, girl, and that's not a whole story, but that's kind of what she started off talking about, the underclothes and the outer clothes. And she's like, women shouldn't buy cheap, this, women shouldn't buy cheap that. She just goes into the whole investing part. And so back to the retreat. I saw a flyer for a retreat, and based on this design, it took everything in me to not want to say, hey, I'll do this for free. I literally was going to inbox the person, say, hey, I will do your flyer for free because I think that your event will be great. But if you're going to have a women's retreat in a nice place in Florida, then the presentation has to be there. And so sometimes we limit ourselves because we don't believe in quality, or we haven't exposed ourselves to anything other than what we already know or what we already see. So when you're having an event, don't create what you see other people creating because you need something specific for your audience. And this is why I believe in hiring professionals to do certain things. If it's your first time buying a home, then you need to, connect yourself with a professional realtor. That's like swimming in water and you're a newborn. There are some things that you need help with. And I think it's sometimes limited belief because we're not really sure or we don't quite understand the impact that we have. I have been blessed to work with some amazing people, and I don't have to go through my whole list of people I've worked with, but I know that my work has made an impact because of the results that we get, and that takes time. But we have to make sure and we have to want to invest in making ourselves better. Does it make sense? And it's all about your money mindset. You have to have a money mindset. You have to be okay about releasing money in the right pockets of your life. Because if you don't know how to release, it's not going to come back. Right? We want people to give to our organizations. We want people to buy our products, but we are not releasing anything to make ourselves better. So you can expect to receive if you are not first giving unto yourself. It's money mindset. Look at some people. I like how Chandra approaches this topic. She says, who is your goal model? I don't believe in competitors, but I do believe there should be a level that you aspire to achieve. Who has already done what you aspire to do? And you're not trying to do what they did, but you want to learn or think about the process that it took to get them there. You know what I'm saying? So we have to say, what must I do? Because you can have one goal, but there are several steps that you need to achieve to get to that goal. And so this is what we call the money mindset. And another thing that hurts our pockets. Okay, so one is our limited belief. We're afraid to put money out because we want that money to come back, some kind of way. But you're going to have to put money out first. And when you first start a business or organization, you're not going to see that money right away. Right? And another limited belief is, come back, A, sorry, y'all. So we're afraid to put money out, but we don't really know what to do with where we're going. you know? So we have to you have to have that mindset, and I believe that, and you have to ask yourself, who is your iron? IRON. Who is sharpening you? Who are you around to sharpen you to make you better? What are you reading? What are you listening to? There are periods of the day that this here phone don't get any alerts. Actually, it's on do not disturb. Oh no, that's somebody texting me. But it's typically on do not disturb because I need time to read. I need time to listen. I need time to study. I need time to think. It's money mindset, right? And so then you have to ask yourself, what are you doing to move? And this is J.R. Bird taught me this. What are you doing to move your bottom line? I am so strategic about what I do and how I do it, because if it's not moving my bottom line, then I'm not giving it much of my time, because I don't want to become, thank you, Madam President cousin. I don't want to become 60, 70, 80 looking back at my life like, yes, I helped the whole world, but I didn't help myself. And sometimes we have to be careful with that. So what is moving your bottom line? That means in business, what's getting you to the black? What's putting money in your pocket? Is your money even cycling through, or are you just washing cash? You get it and have to put it back out. And your nonprofit, how are you gauging your impact? Because one thing that we don't look at numbers. When it comes to money, we don't know what's coming in. We don't know what's going out. We don't know what a particular product is costing us, right? To produce. We don't know how to calculate our profit. This is our money mindset. But I really want to get on, yes, Nina, 80-20, 80-20, the 80-20 rule. And that whole marketing is just giving, 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 giving. Sometimes we position ourselves in business and in nonprofit or not-for-profit is to just get, get, get. It does not work like that. People do not care about you that much. People don't care about you until they know that you care about them. And that's just how it works. So how are you positioning your mindset when it comes to your company? You know, and I started by saying, do your homework so that you can set your money aside and do what you got to do, because when you come forward, you want to do that the right way. You know, I have been there where I tried to, lowball on a logo, and it just caused more problems in the long run, or different products. We even know that when it comes to hair products, there's just some hair products that you just can't touch. There are some lipsticks and some makeup that will break you out. And so one thing I heard tonight, and I can't get the quote all the way right, but sometimes we just have to wait, and prepare. And it's not holding yourself back, but prepare while you wait. So sometimes people don't get started because they don't know where to start, but you can start today by preparing, read, research, write, learn. There are so many Zooms going on. There's so many free podcasts. There's so many videos. Like, educate yourself. Yes, Jessica, give in it'll come. Wait, what's that song? I can't sing, but it's give. What's that song? It's a gospel song. But anyway, I can't say it, so I ain't even try it. Right? So absolutely. So there are times when we need professionals to intervene, because that professional can save you a whole lot of time. And that professional can save you a whole lot of money. I know people out here charging $200-$300 for a logo. And I'm cool with it. Because there are some stores that you go into, you don't negotiate their price because you understand the cost of that, and you know that you're going to get quality. And so I believe that your price, should match your portfolio. That's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation. But it's okay. And I'm gonna tell you this too, when we talk about money mindset, when you start to understand that when you put your money into the right pockets, it's like a confidence booster, because you can have more assurance, right? That your brand is in the right hands. If you go out and you hire an accountant, or you hire a financial advisor, you feel a little more confident that you put your money into the right hands. When I go buy certain shoes, I won't say the brand, or jewelry, I'm confident because I know that when that jewelry starts to tarnish, I can take it back and they're going to clean it for free. I probably already paid for it, but it's free that time. Am I making sense, y'all? I think we have to really get through this thing. And another thing that's going to save you money, this is what I want to say. Another thing that's going to save money in your pockets is to plan. You need a plan. You need a calendar. You need a schedule. One thing, Nina says she paid $650 for what? Your website, your logo. But there you go. And then it's important because you can go to that graphic designer, have an ongoing relationship with them. Hey, you made my logo 10 years ago. I need it again. I need it updated. I need this color. I need it in this format. I need it to embroider. I need it to print, scan, all that kind of stuff. But we waste a lot of money talking about mindset again. We waste a lot of money because we do things last minute. And when we wait to the last minute, it's going to cost you more money. It's going to cost you more money. So if you say, hey, Tiffany, I need you to create me a social media graphic by Friday. What's today? Wednesday. That means that I have 48 hours. I have 2 days to come up with a creative concept, right? And so one thing about creatives, and I posted this last week, we're very strategic with our thinking and our methods. We can't really explain it to you, but just trust the process. So you're saying, oh, I need something in 2 days. You may think that we say, oh, let me just go to the computer. Let me just pick up the phone. Ta-da! It does not work that way. We have to go through a whole mindset or thinking through your brand, the purpose, who you're trying to attract, the feeling, everything. It's a lot of brain energy that goes into creating anything. A lot of focus has to go into it. So sometimes we're last minute and we want things so quickly, and that costs us more money. That's like a rush fee. If you go to the post office and you want something shipped overnight, they're going to charge you. Because they have to now change their process and procedures. They have to now, change shipping for some other things, or in my case, push a project back to make yours priority. So we have to make sure that we plan things out. If you know you're ready or you want to launch your hair care product in 8 months, start now. If you know that in 12 months, in May 2021, you want to start your t-shirt line, start the planning now. Talk to the photographer, talk to the web designer, talk to whoever you need to see what is the price. Don't complain about it. Ask them, okay, what is the budget? And let them know my projected project date is May 2021, because prices may change. See if you can put a deposit down to lock in a price. So these are a lot of things that you want to consider when it comes to mindset about money. I see a lot of bad talking about people's side hustles, whether it be MLM or if they're just selling something on the side. Like, I don't have no time in my schedule to talk about nobody else and how they get their coins. I don't have time for that. Thank you, Patrice. Patrice, I like the new profile photo. Nina says I paid $650 for my logos. I paid $450 for my website. Yeah, and so it just depends on your budget. But that's why I say have a budget. Do market research to see what the middle point is, because sometimes we go into things blindly, like, oh girl, she charged too much. But here you went and paid $25 for a cartoon logo that's not even effective. You can't even get that bad boy embroidered. It doesn't even appeal to your audience. Great question, Jeanette. How can you find somebody's portfolio? Typically, some people, like a lot of creators, my makeup artists, photographers, I've seen them put their portfolio on their websites or by email. I appreciate you too, Paige. So just think about money and mindset, and what is your relationship with money, and how does money make you feel? How does it make you feel to spend money? Like for me, I will forego getting my hair done and just spread some water on it. If it means putting that money into my business, here's Ace again. You know, how does it make you feel to when you have to put money out? So you always have to ask yourself every emotion. And if you're struggling with that, I feel like every emotion that we feel that's probably not good should be followed with prayer and a plan. You know, Lord, help me with the mindset to appreciate and love on this idea that you've given me. God, help me to appreciate all that comes with business. Help me to learn and grow. Help me learn how to negotiate and communicate. You know, help me learn what to ask for. Lead me to what to pay. You know, so do all those things. So I hope this has been helpful. And this is just from talking with colleagues, chatting in email, answering DMs. But listen, y'all, quality costs. And you have to make the decision of what you're going to pay for and what you're not going to pay for and what you need to save up for. You won't be able to do you probably won't be able to do everything at the same time. But plan, set a schedule, right? Because what happens is we like to impose pressure on people by giving them a strict timeline. And that's not professional. Like and nobody gonna have me running around in circles at the last minute. You know, it's not going to happen because I know that I don't produce my best that way. That's like when somebody shop and say, hey girl, I need box braids. Hurry up in 1 hour. No. My makeup artist, let me tell you, Grace does not play. Grace will let you know, be on time for your appointment. I'm going to need 1 hour and 50 minutes. So if you're not here on time, you either cancel your appointment or know that you're going to be wherever late because she's not going to let you leave her house or her shop leaving any kind of way. If you go to Jessica to get your lashes done, you need to be there on time because she's not going to let you leave, with 1 eye done. And when you are a service-based business, most times you have to make sure that you have some type of process in your business where you explain your procedures to people. If somebody inboxes me for a logo, I don't say, okay, pay me and I'll get it to you next week. We have a brand chat. If you need me to do anything, like we have to talk and discuss this thing. And then what is your targeted, goal and all that good kind of stuff. So I just like to share some of the things that a lot of the questions that come to me in my inbox and my not voicemail because nobody call me like that because I don't do the phone. But inbox and email, because I think it's just so important for us to think about money because you could be offended all by yourself because you think somebody too expensive. And little do you know, they gave you a whole discount. You know what I'm saying? And we have to be okay for paying for what we need because we spend money on a whole lot of stuff. We can spend money on some people booking trips already because they're ready to bust it wide open when COVID over. Okay? Thank you, Katrina. Some people planning vacations to other countries right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just evaluate what your business needs, what your nonprofit needs, or even your personal life. Maybe you want to obtain some certifications or you want to go back to school. You want to get that master's. You want to get that PhD. You want to get it certified in this or that. You want to do some upgrades on your house. If you're a homeowner, you should have, some cash to the side so that you can work on your repairs. Get that vanity that you want. Get that walk-in closet that you want, that shoe shelf or that she shed. But when you go around, look at the last minute, it costs more. If you need hurricane shelters, you better get them now. Because nobody think about hurricane season. So strategic planning can help you a whole lot. And don't crunch yourself into a wall or into a corner because you're waiting till the last minute and then you don't want to even release the money. Whatever is going to benefit you is going to cost you something. It'll either cost you now or it'll cost you later. You have to make the decision. I hope this helps y'all. Until next time, be social, so social.